Like Warhol, Murakami became known not only for his painting and sculpture, but also for his array of commercial goods. His goods range from t-shirts to mouse pads to pillows to handbags. Although Murakami criticizes this dependency on consumerism, he embraces consumerism in his manufacturing work. And just for example, I put some works that he did for consumerism, like he did the Kanye West album for Graduation, which, if you can believe it, I enjoy listening to some hardcore gangster rap, so I was pretty, I was pretty pleased when I found out that he had done the album cover for Kanye, and he also combined like his style with Louis Vuitton monograms. His factory led to his major aesthetic known as superflat. Published in 2000, the superflat theory flattened forms in Japanese graphic art, animation, pop culture, and fine art, while also criticizing the shallow emptiness of Japanese consumer culture. In a sense, the superflat theory became its own art movement. Murakami defines superflat in broad terms, such that the subject matter can be very diverse. The art of superflat came to blur the lines between high and low art. As Murakami worked in the fine arts media such as painting and sculpture, as well as commercial media such as fashion, merchandising, and animation. An important symbol, almost logo, for Murakami's superflat is a character known as DOB. DOB is usually portrayed as a round-faced character that has Mickey Mouse-like ears, as well as sharp, jagged teeth. Usually a D appears on his right ear, an O is in the round face, and a B is on his left ear. DOB is originated from a satirical word piece that was making fun of the power that art journalism held over young artists. Murakami has said that DOB was a combination of Sonic the Hedgehog and Doraemon, a cat-like robot from the manga and anime series, not Mickey Mouse. Like, that's kind of opposite of what everyone's been talking about here, but a perfect infusion of Murakami's superflat and his character DOB is in his painting, The Castle of Tintin. Murakami alludes to his Nihonga aesthetic through the use of multi-panel format as well as a silver background. DOB, however, has morphed into a spiral of twisting heads that appear to be revolving around an invisible axis. His painting is devoid of a singular point of view. There is no hierarchy. Our eye does not go to one point immediately. The way I see it, this twisting, morphing figure emphasizes the new, ever-changing market in post-Fordism that resists doing things one way. Everything here exists equally and simultaneously. In 2005 and 2009, Murakami animated 2 superflat anime videos for Louis Vuitton. Both videos have similar narratives as well as animation style. Both videos start out with a female teenage shopper in front of a Louis Vuitton shop who becomes swallowed up into a cute creature that resembles DOB. Author Jing-Ying Lee suggests that this action of swallowing is a dark vision of consumers' loss of identity to consumed goods. This superflat dreamland that the girl is led through is filled with Louis Vuitton monograms. Otherwise, the space has no depth and is flat. This use of depthless space and digital framing is reminiscent of Murakami's Nihonga aesthetic. The animation paints a depthless space for the Louis Vuitton monograms. The teenage girl flies through this new fantasy world weightless and is typical of superflat fashion. Murakami plays with the idea of frames in these animations: a door, a window, or a cell phone. Murakami uses his superflat style to poke at Japanese's dependency on consumerism in this cyber-digital age. Both the paintings, The Castle of Tintin, and the animations Superflat Monogram and Superflat First Love, which I apologize I don't have, so you can't actually watch them, but they're pretty cool. Both of these animations and painting embody Murakami's criticism on Japan's dependency on consumerism. Framing plays an important role in each piece. In the painting, the dual canvas frames the piece, and in the animation, the digital framing, as well as the doors, windows, and cell phone frame those pieces. DOB is prevalent in both the art and animation, and stands in general as a critique on consumerism. Both these animations seem to suggest through its narration a dependency on screens and frames in which society consumes its goods. With the ability to purchase goods through the internet, society can only rely on the framed image of what one will buy. We do not know exactly what we will be purchasing online. Murakami sees this dependency on flattened frames and criticizes it in both of these works. Murakami's super flat works stand as a warning against this dependency on screens and consumerism today. Thank you. So I guess if anyone has any questions. Yes.
Miyazaki movies, they're really popular here. They should be because
yes.
They're all amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Is this artist's work as well? I'm sure it's not as well known, but is his work also well known here or outside of Japan? Does he have a large global presence?
In my opinion, I think he does have a large global presence. May not necessarily. I don't think his name is as well known, but I believe his art is. Before I learned about him in my art history class, I know that I had seen some of his stuff. I definitely seen kind of the character DOB. There are a lot of kind of pop art style stuff that I'd seen of that. I hadn't seen any of his animations, but I guess I am really interested in Japanese culture, so I kind of knew about him already. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes?
So in Japan, it's culturally unacceptable to stand out. And it's culturally accepted to blend in, to be homogeneous or flat, if you will, with the rest of the culture. And my question is, do you think that, particularly given his education shift in a more traditional Japanese art, do you think his shift to super flat is not just a response to the commercialization, but a cultural response, basically, to more traditional values in Japan of blending in?
Yeah, I think so. I know, I kind of see Murakami, especially kind of the Andy Warhol of the 21st century here, because he has his own factory and he's not necessarily producing his own works. So in a sense, he has his own team and he has his own group of people that kind of help him do it. So he's not just Takahashi Murakami. He's super flat, if that makes sense. Yes.
I wasn't the Louis Vuitton video that he made. Did Louis Vuitton commission this? I mean, did it?
Yes.
It did. So he was paid to make it, and yet it was critiquing. It's kind of interesting, some of the relating to what we were discussing before. So he's being paid, I would imagine, really well, to make a video critiquing kind of these people who use labels, consumer goods.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, I kind of see him as kind of the now Andy Warhol, Duchamp, just kind of trolling people, what is art? It's kind of I see him as it's art, but at the same time he's getting paid for it to make fun of art. And
so does this raise the status of Louis Vuitton even more, to have this association with kind of this avant-garde, critic?
Yeah, that's a good question. I could see that. I know.
There must have been a reason he commissioned.
I mean, I'm pretty sure because it was a commercial. commercial for Louis Vuitton, and I don't think it was aired in the United States. Like, it was just in Japan. So I imagine like the Japanese people really enjoy the commercial. I know they really like, kind of like the anime mangas kind of flat style that he does.
It's interesting. The capitalism is so productive that they grab the people critiquing it to promote their stuff.
Yeah, just to go off of that, it's definitely a paradox, because in those animations, it's like this kind of creepy obsession, but it's like you can't get out of it, so
Yeah.
and even the monster here, like it's this whole tornado that's going to suck you in, but at the same time it's cute, it's represented in this anime cutesy way, so it's like maybe he is critiquing. I agree with your argument. He's critiquing capitalism and consumerism, but it's like you can't get out of it,
Yeah.
Would you agree with that?
I would agree. That's why I kind of like see it, like his style is kind of, like consumerism, like all these commercials that we have, they're all like happy and like, oh, you can buy this toy, it's gonna be so much fun. But it's like really they're like, we want you to buy our stuff so we can make money. Like so. Any more questions? Is that it? Thank you.